this shit. Tell them crackers I bleed the fifth. Bring that fire like Prometheus. I ain't tripping off that measly shit. Debba keep the fifth. Malak just got some bullets they heat seeking shit.
Alright, first and foremost, want to give all praises to the Most High. His name is Yahweh. He's the God of Israel and Israel only. We do that in the name of His Son, the man inwardly called Jesus Christ, real name Yahweh Shai, who's the King of Israel and Israel only. What's going on, brother? What's going on? What's your name? What's your name, Elder? Huh? Sharif. What's going on, brother? My name is Officer Hazan. So, what's going on? What are we talking about?
I'm not really talking.
No, I'm just saying because you're a Moor, right?
Yes, I am.
So you follow Noble Drew Ali, or
yes.
Which temple are you at?
Moorish Science Temple.
Moorish Science Temple, because there's like two. I think there's two factions or something, right?
Well, there's incorporated and unincorporated.
Unincorporated. So, do you know who the actual Moors were in antiquity?
Yeah.
Who were they? There were many. There were many Moors, right? So anybody with the European will call black, they would just call Moor, right?
Well, to call them black is to denationalize them and do them an injustice. If they're Moors, they can't be black. They're black after they get denationalized.
I understand,
yeah.
but I'm just talking colloquially. I'm saying if a European was to see a black man back in Spain or in Europe, they would just label him as Moor, right? Anybody that was of darker skin.
No, I don't think. Well, I'm not sure how they did it, but they knew they were Moors. You know, they started calling them black once they denationalized. Because the Moors were the nobles. The Moors taught them everything that they know. The Moors set up the government. The Moors are the law. They created all that. They taught them islamic principles.
What? They taught them what?
Islamic principles.
Islamic?
Islamic.
What is that?
You gotta buy the book and study, bro.
What book?
I can't explain it all.
I mean,
I can't explain it
give me
in
a brief,
in a nutshell. In a nutshell.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, one at a time. Islamic principles are the principles at the bottom of what we teach, what we learn, the principles that we live by.
So you reference the laws. Is that same as laws?
Yes.
The laws of the Moors.
Yes.
And where do they get their laws from?
This is where they get their laws from.
Yeah, exactly.
They created the laws.
They created the laws, so they weren't divine laws.
Yes, they are.
From where?
The laws, all law comes from nature, first of all. It's a natural law, okay? Then common law, and then Moorish law, man's law.
I agree with a couple things you said. They didn't teach the Europeans a lot of different things, but
they taught them everything that they knew.
Wait a minute. What does Moor mean?
What does Moor mean? What's this mean?
I'm asking you.
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
You know what it means.
What does it mean?
You know what it means.
No,
we ain't gonna play that
Sharif,
one.
what does it mean?
We ain't gonna play that one.
Sharif, what does Moor mean?
You know what Moor means. We're not gonna play
I'm
that.
asking you.
I knew you guys had that waiting on me, but
That's what I'm saying. See?
but we're not gonna play that. I wanna know what you know
does it
too.
mean,
I wanna know
though?
what you know.
But so you disagree with what he said then? You disagree with what he says then?
More. When we speak of more, we speak about Moabites, okay?
Sharif,
Moorish
wait a
knowledge.
second. Wait. You disagree with what he said earlier then, right?
What?
He said whoever was a quote-unquote dark-skinned man was called a Moor, right?
Okay.
You disagree with that?
Okay.
Do you disagree with that?
We're talking about no, I'm not gonna disagree with that. I'm not gonna disagree with that.
what does
No,
Moor
we've been
mean?
called a lot of things.
So what does Moor mean?
Moor means, let me see. Moor means,
You gotta buy the book too?
Northwest African.
Northwest what?
Northwest African. Moors.
Wait a second. I thought they were in Europe. When did they go to Europe?
Oh, they were conquered. They traveled the sea.
So only Moors were in Northeast
I
Africa.
didn't say that. You did.
No, you just said that.
No.
You just said that
You just said
Moors
that.
were people of West Africa. You just said that. Northeast Africa.
Morocco, right?
Yeah.
No, Morocco is actually in the northwest.
No, Morocco.
Right under Spain.
Northwest.
Right under
Northwest.
Spain.
Northwest Morocco is right here.
Huh?
How?
Wait a second.
No.
We can't get off topic. Wait.
This is not.
Let's go back to exactly what he was talking about.
I said, what does Moor mean? Sharif, I said, what does Moor mean? You said Northeast Africa. That's what you said, right? I said, what does Moor mean? You said Northeast Africa. Is that what it means? If I Google it right now, is that what it's going to say?
Google it. See what it it says.
Let's see what's there.
You're gonna come up with a lot of stuff.
I'm asking you. I don't have the book. You got the book, right?
No, I ain't got the book.
Why you tell me to get the book? You told me TGB. Oh my goodness,
Give me,
Sharif.
give me the definition of isonomy, because watch this. Read.
I'm just trying to figure
All right,
it
the
out.
definition of isonomia. Isonomia,
Is it what?
equality of political rights.
What language?
Oh, Greek,
It's a Greek word.
Isonomic principles.
right? Was a word used by ancient Greek writers such as Herodotus and Thucydides.
Herodotus was pretty much one of the first, pretty much journalists. Read.
To refer to some kind of popular government. It was subsequently eclipsed until brought back into English as isonomy,
Brought back.
which means equality.
But then it was a Greek concept.
No,
Read.
it wasn't.
It was a Greek concept. It just.
They went to Egypt to study. Don't forget.
But it was just a Greek
They went to
concept.
the east to study.
It was a Greek concept.
No.
Read.
No.
which means equality of law.
What does it mean?
Equality of law.
It means an equality of law.
Well, I ain't gonna
Right?
debate that.
Sir.
Everybody knows that
You
they
just
went to
lied.
Europe.
You
Huh?
just lied.
No, I didn't lie.
Wait a minute. Who named them the Moors? Who named them the Moors?
I can't remember offhand.
So you just lied then, right?
No, I didn't.
You just said they had to study in Egypt. What are you talking about?
They did go.
So were the Egyptians Moors?
No, Greeks went to Egypt to study.
To study what?
They went to study
Study
from
who?
the Egyptians.
Are
You know
Egyptians
that.
Moors? Are Egyptians Moors?
Some of them. Some
That's
of them
madness.
not.
That's
That's
madness.
not madness, brother.
When did Moors come into existence?
Brother, I can't remember exactly.
Way after Egypt. That's not even a modern term. That's not even a modern term. Come on, Sharif. You should know better. You mean to tell me the Greeks went to Europe or went to Egypt to study Moors?
No, I didn't say they went to study, but they went to study, period.
You said the Egyptians were called Moors.
I didn't say that. I didn't say
All right.
Listen, you just said.
You trying to cross me up and you clown a little
I'm
bit.
not
But now
trying to.
listen,
I'm trying to get a straight answer.
Are Egyptians Moors?
Were
Name your
Egyptians
game.
Moors?
I
That's
said
it.
some of them.
Some of them.
How
Which
do you know
ones?
who's a Moor?
Which
I don't
ones?
know which ones it is.
So how-
some of
so-
them are Moors.
so
Some of them
where-
are Jews. Some of them are Moors. Some of them are Christians.
So
They all
no. You just labeled the religion. We're talking about ethnic lines now, because the Moors were an amalgamation of people. There were more than just one black man was a Moor. But then what we're trying to tell
They
you,
have named us various terms.
we know that. We know
What
that.
does
So I
Moor
can't
mean,
give
though?
you a
What
straight-
does
I can't
Moor
give
mean?
you a straight answer.
That's not a problem. What does Moor mean?
According to Henry Campbell's law, Black's Law Dictionary, it means one who is of the dark race.
That's
Referred
exactly
to-
what we
Didn't
just
say
said.
that? Huh? We just
Yes,
said
we just said that.
We just said that.
Yeah, but you just asked me.
But you said something different earlier.
I'm here to say
Not a
something.
problem. Not a problem.
No
That's fine.
sweat.
That's all I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to
They
hear.
have given, you know, they have given very many answers, very many terms.
Okay.
They have attempted to naming us. Okay, you know that.
So basically,
And then you firing them at me and said, I want a direct answer right now.
I mean, that's how it works, right? You ask us a question, we can answer it. You ask you a question, we should answer it. There's no thinking about it. You should have this up in your heart, right? In your mind.
I'm still learning. Right?
You still learning? How long you been aboard? 3 years? So-
and I'm
so-
studying. I'm studying history. I'm studying law.
Great.
I'm studying science.
We're doing all
studying
that.
That's
medicine.
great.
You know, I
Here's
filed
the thing.
documents.
Here's the thing.
I filed documents.
Here's the thing. Documents to the government.
Damn right. I'm trying to separate from them.
That's fine. But you still live here, right?
This is Northwest Africa.
How is this not?
Wait, hold on.
This is-
Wait,
America,
hold on.
America. I'm telling you what.
Sharif, slow down, Sharif. I have to get you on the point. with this
Morocco.
man. You just said that a Moor is what? A dark skinned person, right?
Right.
Not a black person?
There's no such thing as black person.
Sure, but it's classified as a black person, right? Looking at you, if a white person saw you there, that's a black man, right?
Yeah, but that's English speaking.
That's not a problem, but that's what a Moor means, right?
That's what they say it means.
No problem, go ahead.
That's what they say.
Now,
it means.
I
Moor
wanna-
means black man, right?
No,
That's-
that's what I said according to the dictionary.
Sure. So Moor means black.
So-called
War
dark
means-
skin person.
No, actually, war is about our bloodline, our consequences.
Okay, let's read
Okay, and our principles.
bloodline. But then how is that so? Because of the Moorish Empire, which, like I said, was an amalgamation of people. They had Arabs, they had people that were actually the Israelites of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And it was just pretty much an amalgamation of people. So it's not just one bloodline. It wasn't just one bloodline. You just said it was a bloodline. You said it was a bloodline. Your exact words.
I said consanguinity, bloodline.
But how can it be a bloodline if it was an amalgamation of people? It was a nation of many people.
Yeah, but you gotta know who your bloodline is. That's what I'm saying. That's consanguinity.
That's fine. But you just said it's a bloodline. Are you're a Moor? You're a Moor. Me and him. If I want to jump in, I'm gonna jump in because what you're saying is I gotta break it down, you know, to the smallest decibel so you can understand, right? So what? Of course.
Declare your nationality. Have you been on public record?
Why would the white man respect our nationality?
Right.
I don't care about the white man's, you know, acknowledgement of my nationality.
But if you interact and get caught up in corporate jurisdiction in your nationality, you have to have a legal status correct. If you don't have a legal status, you anything they say you are.
According to who?
According to the people, the colonizers.
So we got to go by their rules, right?
Well, you don't have your own government, do you?
Of course not. So I'm going to go through their government to do what?
But you have to file paperwork.
File paperwork for who? Their government, right?
Right. Yes.
So what are you talking about?
You put them on notice. That's what
For what? Is that going to stop you from getting killed?
Right. That ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yes, it does.
No.
What does me claiming nationality have anything to do with them stopping them oppressing?
Listen. Don't declare your nationality. They attach themselves to your birthright and usurp the
What
benefit.
birthrights? What birthrights you have in America?
Hold on. I'm gonna give it to you. Okay?
Boy.
Look, where were you born here? Well, you should be attached to this soil, okay?
I know what you mean. Like the birth certificate. I know what you're talking about. That is.
They use that for something else.
No, they use
I
it
said
for.
birthright, not birth
No, you
certificate.
said something about the soil.
Yes, yeah, but that has nothing to do with birth certificate.
It does.
So slow down.
Sure, yes it does.
Please, can I explain?
Go ahead.
Can I say this? You can refute it. Let me say this. Birth certificate is for the state. Okay? For the state
one thing.
to put your birth certificate on the stock market.
I agree.
Okay? You with me, right?
But that's just one thing, though.
Okay, let me
It's used for multiple things.
Oh, sure. Securities, they do a lot of things with it.
That's what I was getting at. It's not just about the stock market.
Yeah, they do a lot of things with that. Okay, so now, declare your nationality. That attaches yourself to your God-given birthrights, the soil you was born on, okay? Things of that nature, okay? That's what it does, okay?
But wait a minute. Wait a second. You just contradicted yourself.
How did I contradict myself?
I thought the Moors was from Africa.
I'm telling you, this is Northwest Africa. Everybody didn't come from across the water. That was the lie,
Wait a
too.
minute. So wait a minute.
I want to attack that. So you believe? No. I have to because this is a destructive. This is a destructive doctrine. This is a destructive doctrine because our brothers, our Native American brothers, are suffering because of this destructive doctrine. They just went to one of our brothers' reservations, right? Our own people, our black brothers went to a reservation at gunpoint and pointing guns at our Native American brothers demanding land, bro. But I want to attack that because look, check this out. Because the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans descend from the same people, man, of the Bible who are the Israelites, right? Now, do you believe that the transatlantic slave trade never happened? Do you believe that?
Do I believe that? Now, belief is not knowing, right? That's why it's called belief, right? Yes, they move people around. I understand that. But what I'm saying is everybody didn't come from someplace else. A lot of us was right here. And what I'm saying is
We're the Moors here.
Well, hold on. This is Morocco. Prove me wrong. This is North. Stop. This is Northwest Africa right here.
Where? The whole United States?
Do some research.
California or where? We gotta be specific.
America. But it's
The whole America is Northeast Africa.
America is part of Morocco. The Americans is part of the Moroccan Empire. Prove me wrong.
How?
Wait a minute.
Okay, watch this.
What?
Did you
Wait
pull
a
up York?
minute.
Did
Hold
you pull
on.
up York?
So what's the Morocco over there in Africa? Is that Africa over there, first and foremost? Is that Africa over there?
That's not
So Morocco's over there is Morocco, right?
Man, you remember?
Hold on.
Hey,
Wait a minute. Can I finish my question?
You ever heard the term Patagonia?
Yes.
Okay. You remember what was connected to it? How it was all connected to it? The land mass.
Pangea.
Talking about
Okay.
Pangea.
Okay. This was all connected to Africa. This is still part of Africa.
Wait a minute. No. It wasn't called Africa back then.
No, it wasn't.
So what are you talking
But
about?
it was all connected. It's still
Of course,
part of
Australia was connected. Europe was connected. What's the difference?
Okay.
Canada was connected. Is that Africa?
No.
Is Australia
Europe
Africa?
No.
So wait, you twist yourself.
It's Europe, Africa.
Why not? It was all connected though, right?
You asked me, it's Europe.
It's Europe.
Europe. It's Australia Africa.
Australia?
Why not? It was all connected.
I don't remember that part.
Watch this. So this is,
I don't remember that part.
look, read.
York, born 1770 to before 1832.
Who is this man?
York was the only African American on the Lewis and Clark expedition
So he was the only slave. Read.
and the first African American to have crossed North America to reach the Pacific. York was born enslaved, the son of Old York and Rose, who were the slaves of John Clark III, William Clark's father. York was William Clark's slave, willed to him by his father on July. Here, I'm just getting to the point. Okay. After experiencing an unprecedented amount of freedom on the Lewis and Clark expedition, York had trouble adjusting back to the life as a slave. After requesting William Clark for his freedom upon completion of the expedition, William Clark declined multiple times, which led him to become agitated with York and eventually hired him out of work in Louisville, Kentucky. Let me go to it. Let's go to expedition. During the expedition, William Clark only mentioned York 3 times in the journal he kept. The majority of men on the expedition could not swim. Clark and another man said that. On June 20th, York almost lost his eye during an assault altercation when he had sand thrown at him. York was...
Anyways, what we were trying to get at, so they sent this man ahead of the expedition. He ran into Native Americans, and the Native Americans, you know what they called them? Big medicine. They called them big medicine, right? They said they never seen a man like that ever before, man. Native Americans said that. So my point is this. How is it that the real Native Americans are so-called black people when the Native Americans said that they never seen a man like that before, man? Read.
Once the party reached Arikara villages, they were fascinated with York since they had never seen a black man before. The natives called him Big Medicine, which translates to something that cannot be explained.
I say that so-called Indians, so-called black people was here already. Some of them
I
already.
need proof, though. I need proof.
Well, how do you
Watch
prove,
this.
How do you prove we wasn't?
Pull that up. This is the Codex Mendoza, drawn by the hands of a native Mexica, native Aztec. Pull that up. Yup.
So, what's your argument?
Enséñalo.
What's your argument?
You see a so-called black man here?
No.
This wasn't drawn by a Spaniard. This was drawn by that was drawn by a native man.
Hey, there's a lot to be looked at. A lot of
We're not saying we're not the same people. We're saying that we're one and the same, that we are the Israelites of the Bible.
Right. Oh, no, I ain't
Okay.
got no argument with that.
One of the various 12 tribes, right?
Okay.
We teach that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the reason why we're going to do the same thing, because you got your so-called last name the same way we got our so-called last names.
Right. Okay.
Being on plantations, slavery. We got hung on trees just like our black brothers.
I gave mine back. I declared I'm not there in law. If you don't, you're dead in law.
What law?
What law?
The law that's occupying corporate jurisdiction.
That's irrelevant to me. So what is that going to do for you in the long run? In the long run, what's that going to do for you?
Exactly.
What can I say?
What's it going to do for your people in the long run? What can I say?
I can give you some answers, and I can respond to you out here. But if you don't do any research, and I can say some things, like you guys are saying some things, And basically, the best I can say is either I believe it or disbelieve it. Is that correct?
I mean, I'm asking you questions about what your belief is.
Okay, listen, I don't work with beliefs.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
You know what? You know what I
You
do?
believe you're a Moor.
Hold on. I don't believe I'm a Moor.
You are a Moor, right?
I am a Moor.
You're from Morocco.
I practice. This is Morocco. Prove me wrong.
How?
Listen.
Can you prove it's Morocco? Prove America is Morocco. No, prove America is Morocco.
I tell you what. Do some research and see
No,
what
no,
the
I'm
sources
asking you.
say.
Prove us wrong.
No.
Because Morocco's over there in Africa.
That's right.
This isn't Africa. You just cut yourself. Australia
No,
can.
I didn't cut
If America's Africa, that means there's places in Africa, like you said before. Australia's Africa, Europe's Africa, China's Africa, Central and South America's Africa, right?
I know Central and South is.
What about
It's
Australia?
part-
What about Europe?
Yeah, but that's not part of the Moroccan Empire.
So you get to take and
Australia,
choose.
what do you mean? It's already divided up. It's been divided up. There's only how many empires are there on the planet? How many empires are there on the planet?
What do you mean empires? Empires. What type of empire? What's an empire?
You don't know what the Ottoman Empire is?
We do that,
Moroccan
yeah.
Empire?
They're not active right now.
Do you know what that?
Of
you know what
course.
they're active.
Ottoman
The
Empire.
Ottoman
active?
Empire?
All of them.
They fell after
Where?
World War One.
Right.
Where?
They still
Where?
stand.
Where's the Ottoman Empire?
They still
Where's the
stand.
Ottoman Empire located?
Hey, they still stand.
Where's it
Where?
located?
You know where the British Empire is?
Of course.
Okay, then, with the Ottoman, it's still
They're
in
not the
existence.
Ottomans. They're the ones that destroyed it. They had their hands in the destruction of the Ottoman
Right.
Empire. The Ottoman Empire fell after World War One.
Well, that's, if you believe that,
He did.
all the original empires are still in existence.
How?
People have been leasing.
So who's the Ottoman Empire today?
And renting property.
If they're active and working secretly, who is the Ottoman Empire today?
Research or just
So,
don't believe it.
you're just saying it.
Do some research
You're
and
just
don't
saying
believe
it. You're just saying it then.
Yes, no, I'm not just saying it. I'm just throwing something out there.
Yeah, no, you're throwing somebody.
I'm throwing
That's not
something out
true.
there. Just like Israel. You know what all that chaos is about?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's time for them to move because
Absolutely.
they've been written
Because
that land.
they're not the real Jews.
Right.
They're not the real
Just
Jews.
like I said that.
Because
I'm
after the
telling you-
Ottoman Empire fell in World War One, that land was pretty much barren, right? Because
Okay.
it was owned by the Ottoman, it's so-called owned by the Ottoman empires. They still had Arabs, they had Arabs working the land. So the so-called Jews out of the whole world, but mostly England, after they drafted up the Balfour Declaration in
Okay.
1913, 1915,
Okay.
and then it went into effect in 1948. That's how they got their land today.
Well, all I'm saying is those original empires are still in existence.
But I asked you, okay, so where's
I can't remember
so
all the
who's the
little
Ottoman
details.
Empire?
I can't remember all the little details. Okay,
Where you
but
getting
they're
this from?
still in existence.
Where you getting this from?
Prove me wrong.
Where you getting this from?
Prove me wrong.
No, you gotta prove it's true though.
No.
Because I can prove,
I'm not here to do all
follow the
that.
Ottoman Empire.
I'm not here to do
What
all
are-
that.
what other empires
and
are around?
Google will give you some general information. but it won't
No.
give- it won't
We-
give you
we-
definite specific
Great.
information.
He can click the
You-
number.
you
You
know
know
that.
how to read Wikipedia, right? You can't just read Wikipedia. You have to click the number and see what books are which books are being.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
that's still coming from the colonial sources. Okay, a lot of it's
Wait a
colored.
second. Wait.
It's colored.
Where do you get your information from?
I get it from all over the place.
Noble Drew Ali?
I get it from all over
Are
the
you
place.
Muslim?
Muslim.
You Muslim, right?
Muslim.
Are you a Moabite?
Yes, sir.
Okay, bring that up.
Yes, I am.
Who are the Moabites? Who are the Moabites?
There you go again.
No, I'm asking you, who are the Moabites? You're a Moabite,
Who
right?
are the Israelites?
The Israelites are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans here
Right.
in the Western Hemisphere.
Okay.
That's who and we got brothers and sisters scattered all over the four corners of the earth, wherever they may be, and they may look how they may look over there. But here in the Americas, where prophecy says that the 12 tribes are going to be found suffering, are the blacks, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Moabite is a tribe from Moab. Okay.
Moab.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Watch this.
Wait a minute. Are the Moabites from Morocco?
Are they from Morocco?
This is Morocco.
Yeah.
Ask
The
the question.
capital of Morocco. In Morocco.
In Morocco over there. Are they from Moabites from Morocco?
I can't remember exactly.
Can't remember.
So are you a Canaanite too?
Huh?
Are you a Canaanite also?
No, you can't be all that. That's like
How?
Now,
How?
Wait a minute, hold on,
How?
hold on.
What?
That's like asking me, are you a
How?
king and a subject?
You said you're a Moor too, though, right? You're a Moor and a Moabite.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
But a Moabite and a Canaanite are different tribes.
Ooh.
Different bloodline, right?
Okay?
It's different
So
bloodline,
how
right?
can a king and a subject be the same?
Listen.
Oh my God.
Is a Moor and a Moabite the same?
Huh?
Is a Moor and a Moabite the same?
That's not
Yes.
what Lord Abba said.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, Lord, you
If
know,
he's practicing those
I'm going to go into that. I'm
principles,
going to go into that.
especially if he's practicing those 5 principles.
Of Islam, right?
No.
What 5 principles? Yeah.
The 5 pillars of Islam,
Yeah,
right?
of
That's
Islam,
Islam,
right?
Nah, that ain't what I'm saying.
What?
That ain't what I'm saying.
Explain.
That ain't what I'm saying.
Go into it, please.
I said, no, that ain't what I'm saying.
Okay,
That's not
what
what I'm saying.
5 away? 5 away.
Love, peace, justice, and freedom.
Where'd that come from?
It just came out of my mouth.
No, is that the Moorish way? Is that the Muslim way?
It's not a Muslim.
That-
No, I just said I'm not a Muslim. I'm a Muslim.
Muslim.
I've studied. I've studied.
Yeah, I know. It's different pronunciation. Different pronunciation.
No, it's not. It's all different.
all
Muslim teachers,
different?
Muslim teachers, and Muslim teachers are different. You know how they broke up in sex and you were told not to divide in sex?
Who?
You don't remember hearing that?
Muhammad?
If you studied all the books, you would know.
So you're not the same as an Arab Muslim, right? You're not the same?
No. I do things
You read the same book though, right?
I do things a little. I read the Quran. I got one, but I read the whole. I read the 7th Quran. The whole
7 Quran,
That's
written
the one
by
I'm on now.
Gomer Ali.
See, yeah, that's talking about us.
But the thing about it is that Lord Abba, right under that same teaching, says that they're Canaanites and Moabites.
Yeah, exactly. You know who Lord Abba is, right?
No,
You don't know who Lord Abba is?
He's one of the scholars, bro.
I'm not familiar with
Go
him.
on YouTube and look up Lord
I don't know
Abba.
everybody.
He studies under Namudu Ali.
Okay.
So he's a lot more astute than you. No offense to you, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been studying
Yeah.
quite some time.
Well, how can you be a Moabite and a Canaanite unless y'all mix?
He
That's
believes
what he believes.
he believes that they were
But that's
that
it.
they were
That's
one
what-
nation
that's
and they
what he
broke
believes.
into
I'm
different
not gonna argue
groups.
that. I'm not
But
gonna argue
how
that.
could
But
you
you know they're not the same though, right? You know they're not the same.
Yes, I do.
Okay, great.
You got Moabites, you got Canaanites, you got Hittites, and you got
But the Hittites
it's one
aren't
more.
Canaanites though.
You got one.
The
You got
Hittites are
one more.
Canaanites. The Hittites are
Jebusites, they were like 7
Maybe
nations.
so.
The Hittites
I'm
are
not,
Canaanites.
I'm not going. Well, they could be because they could have changed the term.
No, there's different tribes of Canaanites though. The Hittites, Girgashites, what's the
Jebusites.
Jebusites, all that.
Oh, okay.
Seven,
Those are all
Okay.
seven of them.
Okay.
7 of them. But how could you be? Do you know how the Moabites lived in ancient in antiquity? Pull up the Moabite sarcophagus.
Right.
You know who the Moabites are today?
Is that your people?
You know who the Moabites are today? Those people that open up meat shops in our neighborhoods and sell us dog.
Right.
Chinese people are Moabites, man.
Right. That's a fact.
I know they're Moors.
Chinese people are Moors?
Yes, they are.
So those are your
They
ancestors.
got melanin.
What?
So anybody with melanin, so the people in India,
They are Moors.
They're Moors also.
Yeah, they're also Moors. We're all.
Wait a
Moors.
minute.
We're all
Wait a minute.
Moors.
Wait.
so if we're all Moors, you just said there was, oh my God, this is so confusing.
No, it's not confusing. Europeans are not Moors.
We didn't say that.
We didn't
Well,
see
I'm
that.
just saying, it's
You're
not-
saying
I'm not-
anybody
it's
with
not
dark
confusing.
skin is a Moor, right?
He can't be a European.
Do Chinese people have dark skin? Do Chinese people have dark skin?
Yes, they do. You got
Which ones?
You got some
Which ones?
Chinese. You got some Asians that are darker than
The Cambodians.
darker
The
than
Cambodians.
Darker than
The Laotians. Southeast Asians.
Hey, you know who's
Not the Chinese.
Yes, they do.
I haven't seen no dark skinned Chinese man in a long time. So it's mentioned where? What is it?
So which emperor? So under which Chinese emperor did they change then? Under which Chinese emperor did they change? Han Dynasty, Qing Dynasty. Which one? Which one? Because if you're saying that the original Chinese people were which were Moors, you gotta know at least when did they?
If they were Moors then, they're still Moors now. They just
How come they didn't call
don't
themselves
realize
that?
it.
How come they didn't
He
call
never
themselves
called
that?
himself that.
How come they didn't call themselves that
Well,
ever?
I can't say that. I can't say that.
That's why I asked you, when did the term Moor come about? When did it come about?
Listen, they got they got Moors. They had Moors in China, Moors in Russia. Okay, Moors all over the place.
Dark skinned people, right?
Yeah. When you go over there and you see those statues with them big noses, who do you think? Where do you think they came from? Where do you think they came from?
But what about the people that live there now? That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about the history.
Well, hey, we all go to sleep from time to time.
What are you talking? What? What are you talking about?
What am I talking about?
You're mentally asleep right now.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
mentally
you
asleep.
are.
I just
You're calling yourself a Moabite, man.
I
A
just
Moor.
You're a Moabite, right? You're a Moabite? You just said you're a Moabite,
I
right?
said that already, bro.
Was that your ancestor on that picture?
Hey, look, that was then. This is now.
See what's gonna happen to Moab.
Wait a minute. Was that your ancestor that we're looking at?
Hey, I don't know know what that was.
That was an artifact.
I don't.
That was an ancient artifact of Moabite.
You don't want to be a
That's
Moabite.
your
That's
ancestor.
what they do at that time.
You don't want to be a Moabite.
No, that's what
You
they
don't-
drew themselves.
You don't want to be
You're
a
right.
Moabite, bro.
Hey, you can, hey,
Because of you know what Moabites, they're offspring of incest, man.
hey, no.
Oh yes.
I disagree with all that.
Okay.
I disagree with all that.
Where
Give me
the Moabites come
Moab.
from? Where the Moabites come from?
I disagree with that.
Where the Moabites come
Who's-
from?
We're gonna stop
Moab's
that. We're gonna
father?
stop that.
Who is
You're doing
Moab's
that because
father?
you got the camera on me.
This is fortification.
Huh?
This for your edification too. We're trying to get you up out of that.
No, I don't need you to get me up out of here.
Yeah, you do. It's
No, I
3
don't.
years going
I'm-
wrong.
What's gonna happen to Moab? You
I'm
got
not
that?
dead at
Wash
all.
fire.
I'm not
What
dead
law?
at
The
all.
white man's law? Why you care about them so much?
Hey, if you don't have your own government,
You'll never have your own government.
There's a reason why we're here, man.
What government you gonna have in America?
hey, brother.
Or in Morocco? What government gonna have here?
Hey, it's been good.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna take off. Okay?
No.
Take off.
Oh, wait. I'm asking a question.
No, I'm done with
I'm
that
trying-
because this is not questions and answers. This is like an opportunity to chop me up, and that's not what this is all about.
I'm trying to learn.
No, you ain't trying to learn.
I am trying to
No,
learn.
You're not. You're clowning, and
I'm not
this
clowning.
is not. This is an opportunity to chop you up.
I'm honestly
Now,
confused
I've
by what
gave
you
you some.
believe.
No,
And you're not
well,
answering questions.
You're confused purely because if you're working with belief, if you keep working with belief your
working with
entire,
facts.
if you're working with
We're with
belief
facts, so
your
history.
entire life,
Facts
you'll
and history.
beat them.
You
Back to
believe this is
history.
Morocco when it's not.
That's right.
This is Turtle Island, man.
Right. Prove me wrong.
You ain't proved that this is Morocco. We proved that the Native Americans never seen a black man before York.
You never declared your nationality.
We're Israelites of the Bible. We told you.
You're still what the colonizer called you.
The colonizer calls us blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The colonizer calls us niggas, spicks, and wetbacks. We are Israelites of the Bible.
Right.
Hey, but we prove that the Native Americans never seen a black man before York.
That dude, blood out.
Sorry, you know where he got that Morocco from? Them fake maps that was made up in the 1600s.
Yeah,
Showing,
I
like,
believe
bro,
It doesn't make any sense.
people believe in Peruvian for sure.
I was gonna go into the Moabite too, but
Read.
Iran.
This is Genesis 19 and 36. Thus were both the daughters of Lot with child by their father. And the firstborn bare a son and called his name Moab.
The firstborn was called Moab, right? He was the firstborn. The firstborn of the incest babies, man. Read.
Right. The same is the father of the Moabites unto this day. And the younger, she also bare a son and called his name Ben-Ami. The same is the father of the children of Ammon unto this day.
So both them lineages come from incest, man.
That's right.
Right?
Give me that. Psalm chapter 60 verse 8. Moab is my wash pot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe.
Moab's gonna be a wash pot. That's why they open up laundries, right? That's why they open up nail shops, right? Spas and all that, because that's gonna be their outcome, man. They're gonna be the wash pot. Read, and over Edom, right? And over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia triumph thou because of me. Casting out the shoe, that was like total disrespect, man. It's like you're throwing your shoe at somebody, right? Your dirt on the bottom of your shoes. Read.
It's Numbers 21 and 29. Woe to thee, Moab, thou art undone, O people of Chemosh.
He had people of Chemosh. Read.
He hath given his sons that escaped and his daughters into captivity unto Shion, king of the Amorites.
I was gonna go into that like, okay, if you're a Muslim, why aren't you? Or if you're a Moabite, why aren't you serving?
Exactly. Why aren't you worrying?
Why aren't you serving your ancient deity in the Bible? I'm a Muslim.
But he's a Muslim.
A Muslim. Bro, what are you doing?
That's an old English. That's an old English. What's it called? Writing a Muslim is pretty much it's the same damn thing, man.
Yeah.
Nah, but it's a different sect. It's not, right? But our people want to be everything, but what God tells them, man. Right? They want to be Moab, right? And then he probably didn't even know that. That he said he's only been studying for 3 years, and he's just probably all over the place. If he was really on that Moorish crap, he would have known that they teach that they're both Canaanites and Moabites at the same time, bro. Right? But he didn't even know that, right? Read.
If you remember that debate Chief had with
Yeah.
going on, but he tried to pull that, oh, Moors were Egyptians were Moors. Like, wait a second.
No.
That's impossible. It's impossible.
No, that's crazy. He tried to go to the hieroglyphs and prove that, and that was ridiculous. That was no, bro. Read.
It's Deuteronomy 28:37. Thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword
Gonna be a proverb and a byword. More was another proverb. Read.
among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
That was another proverb and a byword. They will call, but anyways, they will call anybody that if you're a so-called black man, right? Anybody that was darker than them, they would be like, oh, he's just a morro, right? The Spaniards will call him morro, right? That are people sick, man, right? They hate reproof and they hate they hate the laws of the Lord, man. They want this easy belief systems, man. They can still do what they want to do, man, right?
Right.